Coming up, a 6-year-old Flagstaff boy is found dead in a closet alongside his malnourished brother. Plus, the Coconino County Sheriff's Office holds a community preparedness training to teach people how to be ready when disaster strikes. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Aaron Vidito.
And I'm Chelsea Parker. Thanks for tuning in. 3 Flagstaff residents are in jail accused in the death of a 6-year-old child. Police responded to a report of unconscious child in a home on the 3100 block of North Monte Vista. It happened just after noon Monday. The child was pronounced dead on the scene. The 6-year-old boy was found in a closet with his 7-year-old brother. Both appeared to be malnourished. The older brother survived.
23-year-old Anthony Martinez, 26-year-old Elizabeth Archibek, and 50-year-old Anne Marie Martinez, the victim's grandmother, were arrested for first-degree murder and 2 counts of child abuse each. The surviving children, ages 2, 4, and 7, are in the custody of the Arizona Department of Child Safety. The investigation is still ongoing.
Coronavirus was the focus of NAU President Rita Chang's Spring Forum this afternoon. She says the virus is coming.
Our primary objective is to have the relationships, the protocols, the plans, and resources in place to help you minimize your chances for exposure.
With a possible pandemic on the horizon, President Chang and the university are taking steps to prepare students and faculty for an outbreak. Infectious disease experts were on hand to provide advice on how to avoid infection and what to do if you think you have the coronavirus. We'll have more on the story tomorrow.
Coconino County Sheriff's Office is holding community emergency response training this week to prepare people for disasters. NAZ Today's Sharon Moronic has more.
Northern Arizona is in danger of many kinds of disasters, including wildfires, flooding, earthquakes, and even tornadoes. That's the reason the Sheriff's Office wants to prepare as many people as they can. A group called CERT aims to train people on how to keep themselves safe in times of trouble.
And first responders can be overwhelmed at that time. The idea behind the program is to train as many people within the public to get that word out and then continue that training so that people can help themselves until the first responders can arrive there.
These trainings are offered for free once a month across Northern Arizona. Participants learn medical operations, firefighting techniques, and search and rescue skills.
We are from Loop, Navajo Reservation. We live out there in remote areas, so it's hard for medical assistance or ambulance. It takes time to, for it to get out there. And so to help our community, we want to take this class.
The skills taught in the course are used by residents and those being trained at the Sheriff's Office. Bradley Bartell is taking the class to prepare for a career as a detention officer.
Most of us here are all detention officers at the jail. It's kind of a requirement to come, and it's really something good that we need to know, as well as just to help better ourselves.
If you want to learn more, contact the Sheriff's Office. The trainings are open to everyone in Coconino County, and you never know, these skills might come in handy sooner than you think. Sheridan Moronic, NAZ Today.
It's called Safe Talk. A program aimed at preventing suicide will be offered in Flagstaff tomorrow.
NAZ Today's Christian Ayala says it's special training to identify and assist those who may be thinking about suicide.
Coconino County has the highest suicide rate in the nation as of 2018, and programs like Safe Talk and Reach Your Life are being offered by NACA, or Native American Community Action.
Suicide can be a really sensitive and difficult subject to talk about, but by attending trainings like Safe Talk, people can really begin to really destigmatize.
But preventing suicide isn't the only topic that will be covered in the training. Safe Talk also promotes the value of a person's life.
We want to promote life, and so through the training, we're able to provide a bridge to people who support youth and individuals who have thoughts of suicide.
The purpose of this training is to educate the Flagstaff community about the issue, as well as demonstrate the common signs and behaviors that occur with it.
Reach Your Life works to prevent and reduce incidences of suicide by training and providing technical assistance to youth serving agencies and school systems in order to support their abilities to intervene and provide referrals to appropriate services.
The training will be held in the Accelerator Conference Room at the Northern Arizona Center for Entrepreneurship and Technology near Buffalo Park. Those 15 to 17 years of age who wish to participate in the training must have parental consent. Christian Ayala, NAZ Today.
If you can't make it tomorrow, NACA offers the Safe Talk courses from time to time. For more information, visit outreach at nacainc.org.
Coming up, we'll introduce you to our latest Teacher of the Week. Stay with us.
Hey everyone, student forecaster Mitchell McKenzie here. Well, as we see, we had some high winds last week, but as we see on both sides of this diagram, we will be very quiet this week, but these storms are not going to impact us just yet. I'll tell you more later on in weather.
The 2020 award-winning Chevrolet Equinox at Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac strikes the perfect balance between design and technology. From any angle, the sculpted exterior makes a stunning statement. With a spacious and refined interior, intuitive technology keeps you connected and entertained. Starting at just $22,995.
Hi, Mark Harris here. No pressure, no hype, just real hometown value. Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac at terrymarkson.com. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Why should I care about the 2020 census?
Every 10 years, the census counts everyone living in the U.S.
Count everyone living with you.
Even kids!
Our numbers help shape funding and services.
For all these things.
That's a lot of stuff.
Your responses are safe and secure.
No matter who you are or where you're from.
We have reasons to care.
Shape your future. Start here at 2020census.gov.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Welcome back. Tuesday is here again, which means we'll be taking another look at a Flagstaff teacher who stands out in the classroom. It's a segment we call Teacher of the Week.
That's right. Meet Eugene Brosseau, an art teacher at the Flagstaff Arts and Leadership Academy who stresses fun in the classroom.
Brosseau says he was inspired to become an art teacher through his experience in art class in high school.
Friendship. That's 3 words. Friendship.
And when he got his chance to teach, Brosseau says he wanted to put his plan of learning through fun and play into action.
I really believe that play is an essential part of our lives just as a human species. We don't play to practice for other things. Play is its own thing. And so I definitely encourage kids to be playful in their work.
Brosseau finds different ways to implement this playful mindset, such as the pig god that oversees his classroom.
We wanted to make sort of a deity, a fake deity, for the kids to offer things to make their art better. Not literally, obviously, but it's sort of a little mythology that's part of the community that moves through this room.
Brosseau says this philosophy helps him give his students variety in the classroom.
It is my mission to really offer them as many opportunities to interact with as many experiences and materials and subjects as possible.
Another thing that Brosseau tries to do is connect with his students and teach to their needs.
I think for every kid it's different. Some kids just need to know that somebody else feels the same way they do, thinks the same way they do. Sometimes kids need hardcore, intense art training, and they demand that of you as a teacher, and I'm happy to supply that as well.
While Brasso loves teaching the arts, he says it is being neglected in schools.
The biggest problem is that people don't see arts as integral to academics. They see them as two different worlds, and that's a problem.
He says the arts can offer just as much knowledge as core academics can.
They're learning how to handle materials, how to solve problems, how to create their own versions of their own reality, how to stretch their minds beyond the things that they already know or see or experience, and to neglect those things in favor of things that seem to be more career-oriented is really foolishness.
Despite the challenges, Brasso says he can't see himself doing anything else.
Seeing my students surprised that they could do something that they couldn't do yesterday, that's got to be the most rewarding part.
And that's why Eugene Brasso is our Teacher of the Week. Justin DeBale, NAZ Today.
So you have to,
King me.
This must be how Odell Beckham feels when he scores a game-winning touchdown.
Beckham scores! Giants touchdown!
This must be how Rico felt when he triple jumped Mr. Sanchez.
Pepsi.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
I just found out my work party is a +1. You want to go? This is my boss, Ella.
Nice to meet you, Greg.
You're welcome. Nope, I'm high. But I'll clean the kitchen while you're gone.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? I'm toasted.
Nope, I'm high. But I can order us a ride.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Planning the right amount of food is hard. The Guestimator makes it easy. Just tell it who's coming and what's for dinner. Then it tells you how much to make. And yes, it even plans for leftovers. Try it at SaveTheFood.com.
Tonight's NAZ Today weather is brought to you in part by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac in Flagstaff.
Hey everyone, student forecaster Mitchell McKenzie here again for you. And like I said in my fast cast, we do have some storms surrounding us, and we did have some high winds with that last week. But this week, it's going to be very quiet here in Flagstaff. Warming trend throughout the work week, through Friday, and we may see some storms through on Saturday and possibly on Sunday. I'll tell you that later, but let's get to Flagstaff currently. Currently right now, 50 degrees here in Flagstaff, partly sunny, north at 15 miles an hour. The sun was out today, and I think that's what's so good. Even though that it's pretty cold out there, it still was sunny, and that's what I like to see when I'm walking to my classes is the sun. Daily Almanac for you here, 53 today as our high, 24 hours our low, 66 back in 1910. Now that's something that I would like to see, but I want to really pay some close attention to -9 degrees in 1915, and it's cold here in the studio, so I pretty much think that it's -9 in here right now because it is so cold. As precipitation goes, Not really much, averaging around this time at 4.36, and we haven't really been seeing that. We've only got about 1.28 inches. Sunrise, of course, at 6:53, and sunset at 6:25. Let's move on to the high temperatures today. I'm going to step off the screen here so you guys can see what is going on. 62 in Winslow, 59 in Payson, 55 in Sedona, 64 in Prescott, and 64 in Kingman. So it's looking like what we're seeing here is we're definitely seeing a warmer trend throughout northern Arizona. Moving on to tonight, 24 degrees. It is clear. North winds up to 13 miles an hour. I can tell you, when my friends tell me it's going to be cold, it's going to be cold. So make sure that we are layering. Layering is so important. We talked about sickness, but now we're doing, let's just layer so we may not get sick, possibly. So that's what the 24 degrees means, is just making sure that we are layering and having perfect sweater weather, as I would be saying. Tomorrow, 58 degrees, sunny, west winds up to 8 miles an hour. Like I've been saying for the past two slides, it is going to be a warming trend, and it is going to be ridiculous. Early risers, 6:51 a.m. is your sunrise. Forecast temperatures for tomorrow. Let's take a look here at northern Arizona. 67, 43 in Sedona. Payson, high of 63, low of 38. Show low, 59 and 30. And of course, my parents, who are both in a workout class, that told me that they couldn't watch the broadcast tonight. Well, 74 degrees. It is perfect winter weather for Phoenix, Arizona right now. Let's take a look at that 5-day extended forecast. Wednesday, Thursday, like I said, that warming trend is going to be extremely high. Friday, we're going to be seeing some partly sunny skies. Saturday, Sunday. Saturday night, we're looking at about 10% snow and rain showers. And then, of course, Sunday, it's going to increase to 40%. So the good thing about it is that we may be seeing some weather. We may not be seeing some of these storms come through. But overall, it's just a beautiful weekend, and it's going to be a very beautiful week as well.
Oh, wow. I'm really hoping for rain because I just bought an umbrella last time it was raining, and it stopped raining the moment I walked out of the store. So I'm excited to use this umbrella finally.
Well, you know Flagstaff weather, when they say it's really 30, 40%, really nothing happens. So you know what? I'm really hoping that there's precipitation here as well.
Yeah. And Christiana, NAU actually played the men's basketball against Grizzlies last Thursday.
Yeah.
And they actually won.
And they won. It was a historic moment for NAU. They brought home a lot of championship titles this weekend. We'll talk about it. Stay with us.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes twice a day. They have the time.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Welcome back, sports fans. I'm your sports reporter, Cristiana Ramos. What an eventful weekend for those who didn't get to be a part of the fun. Here's what you missed. Last Thursday, NAU took on the #1 team in Big Sky, the Montana Grizzlies, a team the Jacks haven't beaten since 2014. That was 6 years ago, but the Jacks came through in the clutch and did not let the win slip away. Trailing by 1 point, Cameron Shelton comes around the corner, driving into the paint, and takes it to the free throw line with a foul, makes that first free throw. Then, again, second free throw, bounces off the rim, and it's in. Montana's inbound, chucks it across the court, and intercepted by Brooks DeBishop to win the game. But the Jacks may have celebrated a little too much after the big win. I only say that because they weren't making their shots against the Montana State Bobcats on Saturday. NAU stayed in the Sky Dome for their last home game of the season to celebrate Senior Day, and they were struggling offensively the entire game, only shooting 31.7% and recorded a season low of a 4-27 performance behind the arc.
Obviously, nobody tries to miss a shot, but at the end of the day, to win games, you have to make shots. And go to 4 for 27. We were chasing earlier. We're down 10-2, and we were chasing the whole night, and we couldn't get back into it.
Coach Burkhardt says he was disappointed the Jacks couldn't win it for the seniors, but senior forward Brooks DeBishop wanted to end on a positive note.
But yeah, I mean, really thankful for my 4 years here at NAU. Thankful to all the fans and everyone that supported me, from coaches to academics, and the relationships and friendships that I've made here. So.
Men's basketball will be on the road to take on Portland State this Thursday. Did I mention it was an eventful weekend? The NAU swim and dive team won their 7th straight Western Athletic Conference championships, finishing the meet off with 677.5 points. That's 100 more points than the runner-up California Baptist at 579 points. The Jacks earned 6 individual gold medals, with swimmers Elisa Rodriguez and Lainey Bell having 2 first place finishes. Another major point getter was diver Jenny Cheatham, who won the first piece of gold on day 1 of the 1-meter board, scoring 297.71 points. The team was excited about the win, especially after their practice time was limited due to a major water break on the 3rd day of the meet. But Cheatham says the key to being championship winners is keeping a good attitude.
We were all just supporting each other and had so much school spirit, I'd say. I think we were one of the teams there that had the most fun the entire meet, which is one of the best feelings, because I mean, it's nerve-wracking and it's a serious situation, but when you have your teammates cheering you on and supporting you, it makes it so much easier.
Cheatham, along with 2 of her teammates, will advance to the NCAA Zone Diving Championships. With the end of winter comes springtime and baseball season. So let's spring into it, or should I say swing into it. Too cheesy? Anyway, the Coconino high school baseball team ended last year in the #3 spot in the Grand Canyon section standings and 21 overall in Conference 4A division rankings. But they have put all the pieces together, and this is what fans have to look forward to as they kick off this season. After posting a .394 on base percentage and a .301 batting average as a team last season, the Panthers are known for putting pressure on their opponents. And this year, Coach Daniel Vandervalk thinks his team is going to be dangerous offensively.
Practices have been pretty impressive. I think we've got some guys that have some good power numbers capable in them this year, and then we've always done a good job with running the bases and kind of trying to put pressure on the other team.
This offseason, the team has been out on the field more frequently, making adjustments and putting all the pieces together to be explosive in all 3 phases of the game.
So for us, it's just about getting out, building that teamwork, working on our defensive, seeing fly balls, communication. We like to run a lot. We like to put pressure on with bunts and bunt and runs and steals and hit and runs and things like that. And we got to find ways to get guys at the top of the lineup on base so we can actually do some of those things this year.
Growing up and playing on a team together has built a strong bond. Senior and 4-year starter Kyle Casado says team chemistry will also play into the Panthers' success this year.
This year, we have really good team chemistry, and all around, everyone's bought into their roles and everything, so I feel like we're going to be strong.
A team filled with a lot of impact players. Coach says the seniors are the ones to look out for this season. Seniors like Nate Flores, who wants to pass down his legacy.
Mainly just to stay strong for my team, trying to be a leader in a sense, to
be a great example for the younger kids, so when I'm gone, they can have an impact on the program as well. So.
Well, the Panthers are down in the Valley right now taking on Thunderbird High School. Coach Vanderbach says he's ready for the revenge after last season. It was a really close win for them, but they unfortunately lost.
That is sad, but really exciting at the same time.
Yeah, they're gonna get a chance to come back. So
that is right. Speaking of coming back, we'll have one last look at weather when we come back. Stay with us.
Navajo, Cree, Yakima, Aleut, Choctaw, Sioux, Pueblo, Inuit, Shoshone, Apache, Gila, Maquishit, Chippewa, Mohawk, Seminole, Creek, Ho-Chunk, Crow, Ojibwe, Cherokee. All American Indians and Alaska Natives, we need an accurate count for the 2020 census. It's important because this data informs the funding of resources and programs in our communities. Your response will affect the next generation.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 88 children is diagnosed with autism. That's a 1,000% increase in the last 40 years. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But I get it, you're busy, and busy people can't have prediabetes. I read that wrong. They can, okay? Just go to the site.
Last summer, my new dad took me on vacation. First, we went deep sea fishing.
I'm so proud of you, son.
Then, we went on Thundershark 3 times.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
All right, guys, let's take a look at that Flagstaff extended forecast. Tomorrow and Thursday, perfect weather like I talked about, that warming trend. Saturday, Sunday, we may be seeing some light storms here in Flagstaff, but overall, just a pretty beautiful weekend here.
Great. Well, today is actually also Super Tuesday, the day in which many states hold their primaries. A lot of the results are coming in right now, and some will come in later tonight at 9 p.m. being the latest. While Arizona will officially hold a primary on March 17th, 2 weeks from today, this is still an important reminder to get out and vote.
That is right. No matter what side you're on, no matter who you support, it is important to participate in our democratic process and exercise that right to vote.
Your right to vote. Yeah.
That's right. It's, you know, your voice, and among especially younger generations, voter efficacy is at an all-time low. So hopefully we can get that up. And be sure to check us out on Facebook, YouTube, all of our social media. Be kind to one another. Good night.